fight.
Dustin Poirier versus Michael Chandler. I don't think either of these guys have been in a boring fight in their lives. I'd be very shocked. We got Dustin Poirier. I think you could call him a UFC veteran at this point. You know, he's fought across two weight classes, been successful in both, even the champion in 155. And then Michael Chandler, even though he's not a UFC veteran, I think you could say he is an MMA veteran. So
Yeah, for
even though
sure.
he lacks the UFC experience that Dustin has, that's not going to be a factor in this fight. He's used to this high level fighting. Who do you got in this one?
Yeah, I decided to go with the Chandler. Especially like I think like we're gonna see later. That's where you're going with the Dustin. I'm going with the Chandler. Uh, just I think it's his time. I think he's still hungry.
Mhm.
For me, it's a question where is Poirier in this stage of his career. And we saw that Chandler can go through the war. I mean, we saw that Dustin can go through the war. And I don't know, just like plus 180 and with everything on the table, especially like he entered with the storm to UFC, like he did to Hooker,
Mhm.
like what no one did it, like, in stand up. KO him. Then he had like basically fight with the former champion Oliveira. That was like a crazy fight back
Yeah.
and forth until he got finished. Um, and then like what we're gonna say about like fight with Justin Gaethje? Like that was fight of the year. In 2021, like a crazy war.
Yeah.
And after that, he came with that crazy KO against Tony. So he managed to get back on the track, get like a, let's say, easy victory against Tony Ferguson, beautiful victory, boost his confidence, and he's ready to go to fight Dustin. And we saw in the Dustin's last fight, it's a defeat. It's question how he's
Mhm.
gonna return after the defeat from Charles Oliveira. What he had before that, he had like two fights with McGregor and decision against Hooker. If we do, like we said, MMA math, like he didn't manage to finish the Hooker. Chandler
Mhm.
made look it easy. So, you know, those things like just like push me like to the Chandler, especially like minus 210, and also like coming back to easy doesn't make sense. Like, look this, they are so closely, like with everything, and Dustin is minus 210, and easy and Pereira, it's even 205. How much it is?
Yeah.
210. Let's say. It just doesn't make sense. So for me, I'm gonna go with the Chandler on this one, and I think he can even finish Poirier. To be honest.
Mhm. You're saying, Alex, it doesn't make sense to put money on Poirier, or you don't think the odds make sense?
The odds, especially if
Oh,
you
right.
compare it with easy, that's what I was like making the
I see.
parallel
Yeah. Yeah.
parallel between.
Well, I mean, for me, I'm going with Poirier. Not even because of the UFC experience. Like, I think you're right in that Chandler might be hungrier than Poirier, especially the back-to-back fights against McGregor. We've seen something. Speaking of McGregor, like when you make probably the biggest paydays of your life, and Conor McGregor will do that for you, right? How hungry are you to fight when you've made like the biggest money that you've made back to back? Um, it's kind of telling when Dustin Poirier knocked out McGregor, he had a chance to fight for the title against Oliveira, and he chose the money fight again. So
Mhm.
maybe his head isn't to be number one anymore. I don't know what it is, but I mean he had the chance against Oliveira and he got finished. But you know what? I think if you're gonna beat Dustin Poirier at this time, it's not gonna be with like knockout, which Chandler has the power to do. It seems to be it's grappling that is his weakness, the submissions. And I think as long as it's standing, Poirier is just a more complete striker, in my opinion. Right? He mixes it up. He mixes different targets. Well, I think he's got some underrated boxing. Like a lot of people talk about like McGregor or the Diaz bros or even Jorge Masvidal. Not a lot of people talk about Dustin Poirier's boxing, but I think he's got underrated hands and he's got kicks as well. So I think Poirier is gonna take it to this one. Chandler, it kind of the game plan is out, right? If you can handle an early Chandler, who's one of the most dangerous fighters there is in the first round, if you can weather that storm, he's going to be there to be hit, right? Whether or not he knocks out Chandler, I don't know. He's probably going to sit him down on his butt a couple times. And I think that's going to be the deciding factor is just Dustin Poirier's striking.
Yeah, it sounds realistic, even more realistic than what I'm thinking is gonna happen. It's just like again what you said, like and we can even officially call it like McGregor curse. Like that crazy money that even he took, and like you saw now where his life is, like it's fucking
Yeah.
like he's lost between reality and dreamland. Like, and it's question, does he want to fight, does he want to do this, and with all those incidents going one behind other, but like also like people that get money from the fight from him, where they are,
Right.
if you go back to the names and see, like, just like people, like as soon as they take that money, it's just like they don't have motivation. It's hard, like you take couple mils, or I don't know how much they got paid for that super fight,
Yeah.
McGregor, and after that you need to go to the regular pay. It's hard,
Right.
and that's why, like you said, like even Poirier had a chance to go for a title, he chose money.
Yeah.
But
And
it's
even Oliveira, when he was the champion, like he had the choice to fight the number one contender. Like, nope, I want Connor, who doesn't deserve a title fight, but everyone wants that big money, and I can't blame them.
no, who can, like,
Yeah.
take money while you can, and that's normal. But just like I'm joking, like how it's just like the curse of Conor McGregor. Like I was
Right.
thinking, even like I never believed in his quality. Even though he is who he is, he's become even 2 times champion. But like I was joking always, like I was like he made a pact with the devil. Like
Hmm.
in the previous organization, he took 2 belts, and like
Yeah,
here he took 2 belts, but he never managed to defend the belt.
that's right.
It was just like he made a mistake when he was signing the contract with the devil, and he didn't put like it was just like I'm gonna take it, and I think he even like in the what he was Cage Warriors,
Yep,
or he even over there he didn't defend any belt.
that's
I
right. Yeah,
think he doesn't have any defense of the belt,
yeah.
so that's interesting. Like, and if you count, I think he took even interim belt against what's his name, the short guy,
Chad Mendez.
Chad Mendes.
Yep.
You're better with the names.
Yeah, it's the coffee, bro.
It could be beer makes you dumb, but
Yeah.
if you want to get dumb, at least take good beer. Mm.
German tonight. All right, so
Okay,
I'm going Poirier. You got Chandler.
that's correct.